Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Katmia.
And welcome to the This and That Chat, Calamity Edition.
Wow. That's how you're starting it off?
Yeah, because that's what we're talking about. We have said before that we do not have a track of what we're going to... What are you talking about? A track of what we're going to be talking about. But this past week has been so eventful that
but only for us.
Yes, I know.
Because when you weigh it, and like people are going to be expecting, oh my God, they have so much that has happened. They're going to share so much. And literally, it's like personal things that we have gone through that in the outside, nobody would even know.
Right. But it's still...
Noteworthy.
It's noteworthy.
Noteworthy.
Yes, and funny now that we can look back on it and we've enjoyed a day off in between and we've relaxed a little bit. Right? Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes. Okay, so I thought there might be someone out there who's like, Calamity. What does calamity mean? You know how we are about words. Yes. So what's your definition of calamity?
Oh, well... Can I say the word that I'm thinking?
I mean, yikes.
It is a...
Is it French?
Yes. It is a...
Well, we have an English-speaking audience, so let's keep it English only.
It's a poop show.
Oh, that's what you... Okay, so let's see. Webster's Dictionary says, an event causing great... and often sudden damage or distress. ... A disaster.
A poop show. Of course, there's, other choice words that can be used, but we're keeping it PG.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Well, but let's go back. I like these movies where, I like the movies where it starts off so like what is happening and then it stops and then it says 3 days ago. And it's like, oh, okay. We're going to get to this point in the movie. Mm-hmm. Remember John Wick started like that?
Yep.
There's a lot of movies that do that. But let's go back, right? And say, what was there a special day this week that happened?
There wasn't.
There was.
What?
There was a special day. This is where Calamity began.
Was that Monday?
It's not. It's a date.
March 17th?
March 17th. What is so special about March 17th?
Well, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Right. And
it's supposed to be a lucky day.
It's your lucky day. But maybe it only works if you're Irish.
And we are not.
So, not only is it possibly not for us, right? But we have talked about this before. I repel luck. Mm-hmm. Hence why I don't believe in it.
Right.
Right?
Hence why you are the jinxing queen.
Correct. So, personally for me, I woke up on St. Patrick's Day completely suspicious of everyone and everything. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, if there is a day set aside for luck, then this has to be a day in which calamity awaits me. Okay? It's either because the forces of the universe collectively get together to make people lucky, right? Or it's the day the universe taunts me.
Okay.
I just didn't expect you to have an equally awful day.
Well, mine started before.
Because you're not, there's nothing, I actually feel like you are very lucky.
Yes, but mine started before the 17th.
It was like a storm building up.
Yeah, so technically it started last week. So the previous week. Thursday-ish is when it happened.
Oh, that's true.
Because that's when everything started to just fall apart.
I'm going to look up a saying while you're talking.
So do I start? Because I was before?
Yeah.
Or are we gonna go chronological?
But let's do it in like, what do they call it? Acorn bites?
Like bits and pieces.
There you go.
Okay. So sometime the previous week, I had one of my work trucks that needed to go in to get fixed. Mind you, it's something that I had already fixed, but because we fixed one part of it, another part broke. Right? We knew this was a possibility.
And by the way, can we just pause there for a minute? Why does that seem to happen every time? Like my experience, we have a new car now, but that's new. Like we always had used cars, right? And to me, I feel like every single time that you take your car to get fixed, it's almost like you are inviting bad things to come because all of us, and this happens to the kids as well. They take their car to be fixed, and then all of a sudden something else breaks, and it's never related.
It's the chain reaction. That's just the way it happens.
But why was it broken before?
Mine was related because it's old. It's old. The truck is 2004. It's a work truck. It's got 220 something thousand miles on it. Things are going to happen. So we knew that this was an issue. I went and I fixed one part of it, which then in turn created something else that broke. But it was something I needed to fix right away because if I didn't, it was going to cost me a heck of a lot more money. So I take the truck in. Now I have to adjust my schedule, right? So like we've got things that we need to do. Now I don't have 2 trucks running. I have 1 truck running. So we go to the first community that we're working on. I've got like sardines in a can. Okay, a truck that can hold 6 people has 9 people in it. Okay, we're like sitting on top of each other. I got people sitting in the bed of the truck.
Oh my!
Because there's just no in the dump truck underneath like the covering.
Oh my!
Okay, by their choice because they'd rather sit back there than to sit in that. Right?
I mean, who wants to sit on top of somebody else?
Right. So, we get to the first community and we're picking up. It's just a quick stop. We're picking up some stuff from a job that we were doing the day before. We just ran out of space and we needed to go back and finish up. And we get there and all of a sudden the other truck brakes go out. And I'm like pumping the brakes. I've got no brakes. I've got a vehicle loaded with people. I'm like, oh boy, this is not good. And I have to slam on the brakes and like just try and get pressure back in the brakes. And when I do that, it locks the brakes and it like pops the brake pads off of one of the front wheels and locks the tire. So now I've got 1 truck.
Were you driving?
Yeah.
So did you skid? Did you?
No, we were in the community moving around.
Oh, so you were going like at 5 miles an hour.
Yeah. If we would have been,
my God.
If I would have been on the turnpike and that would have happened, I think we would have probably flipped over.
Oh my gosh.
So,
okay, hold on. I know that what proceeds is horrible for you, right? And very frustrating. But in hindsight...
Oh, I'm grateful it happened the way it did.
But that's another point I want to make. Isn't it something that a lot of times when bad stuff happens, when you look back at it and you can see the entire picture, all of a sudden you're like, I'm so glad that I actually was running late that day because of the pileup.
Of course.
You know, and it's...
At the moment, it's an inconvenience.
Majorly.
Right? But at the end, you know, you gotta look at the whole picture.
Right.
So here I am. Truck is like stopped in the middle of the community. I have a trailer attached to the back of it.
I didn't even know that could happen. But I mean, in a way, I feel like is that a safety feature?
No.
If your brake pads come off, because without brake pads, can you even stop your car?
No.
So isn't the fact that the wheel locks going to make your car stop?
It locked because metal went on metal.
Exactly, but I'm saying a person driving,
not as a safety thing. It's metal hitting metal.
It's a mechanical thing.
It just happens. It's the law.
Okay.
So here I am, right, looking around. I've got all my guys laying out in the grass. I'm trying to figure out, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I call the same mechanic that's already working on 1 truck. And he's like, all right, I'm going to head out that way. He's like, I can't even bring you your truck because I've already taken it apart.
Oh, Lord.
So I have now my entire crew sitting in a community that we can't do anything with, right? Because we're done there. A truck that's broken down, another truck in the shop, a trailer that's blocking traffic, and I'm like, what do I do? So I was able to forcefully push the trailer back using the truck with one wheel locked, unhooked the trailer, moved the truck over to one side, like scraping and going down, whatever. Thankfully, I called my uncle who just happened to he has a pickup truck, and I'm like, Theo, I need a favor. Can you take the guys to go work? This and this happened. So my uncle comes and he has a pickup truck. Okay?
For 9 people.
Yes. So now everyone is loaded up. Okay? If you've ever seen the movie
Waterboy.
No. What's the movie with
Final Destination.
Stop. The movie with Jim Carrey where he's gonna go get work.
Yes,
Fun with Dick and Jane. Mm-hmm. So like you've got all the guys like loaded up on the truck. They're like holding on for dear life because they're just trying to get as many people as they can in there. That's what it looked like. Isn't that illegal? No, and actually it's legal to have people in the bed of your truck.
Really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Wow. Anyways, so everyone's loaded up in the back of his pickup truck, and he pulls the trailer to where they're working. The guys are working, and now the mechanic comes and he takes the brake system off of the front tires, and I have to drive about 6 miles to his house where he works on the trucks, using the emergency brake and going really, really slow with my truck to take the truck to him so he can fix it. When I get there, I help him fix the black truck so that I can get the black truck and go. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, put on some gloves and I went to mechanic work with him.
What?
I had to help him. It was faster.
Okay, now, hold on. This happened last week, not even this week, right?
Right, it happened the week before.
So, just so that people understand, right? I'm listening to this story for the first time. In detail, because I know, like, the bits of... See, I just get frantic phone calls. Well, not really frantic. I'm going to call them frantic, but mostly really loud, pissed off calls, okay? And it's like, I'm probably going to have to sleep on the street tonight. Okay, babe, why? Because the brake just fell out of the car and my wheel is locked. I can't talk to you right now. Goodbye. That's what I hear. Those are your phone calls.
No, it's
and
true.
Then when you get home and I'm like, you want to tell me? I don't want to talk about my day. So I just know, I know your truck broke down, but even now that I'm listening to you, I thought it was the same truck that broke down. No. I didn't realize that it was a different truck that broke down.
Both trucks at the same time.
Oh, Lord. Okay, wait. So the saying I was looking for, so you can continue, is obviously everyone says, when it rains, it pours. Mm-hmm. And I was looking up that it is a weather phenomenon. That's where the saying comes from, right? Where after there's been no rain for a really long time, all of a sudden it's going to rain like dramatically, right? And it'll be rainy for a few days because it's like it's been building up, and then all of a sudden you get torrential downpours. Which is very interesting because we do see that here.
Well, it's been building up for months, so I keep on having all these little things.
Thunder and lightning, for real. This big black cloud building.
My guys have told me that I need to go and find a voodoo doctor to go do some juju stuff and get this off of me because it's been bad luck.
I mean, but once the weather's about to settle out right now.
Yeah. So here we go, right? So we make it through the end of the week. I'm done. We go to Friday, and I'm like, okay, the weekend is coming, right? Nope. I had to work that Saturday.
And last minute.
And
that was last Saturday.
Yep.
Which was significant, right? Because it was going to be our first Saturday together as empty nesters, and we had plans. There was a crab festival we were going to.
We had plans. We had stuff like ready to go for the weekend, and it all got ruined. And we actually had a pretty bad weekend because it carried over.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm stressed from school. You're stressed with what's going on. So it's really hard to because, like I was having this conversation with one of the girls in my class about how grateful I feel to have other people who understand the kind of stress that I'm experiencing. And when we go to work, there's going to be stresses and situations that only somebody who understands that is going to get, right? Like, I know that you understand the fundamentals of stress and you can imagine, just like I can imagine how stressful your situation is and all that stuff, but I don't feel the same pressure that you do, that you have contracts, you have timelines
and
responsibilities. You're spending money on a boom that you need to have done by a certain time. So like there's all these things. I don't feel that pressure. I just understand, I understand why you're stressed, but not all the rest of it, So it's one of those things where then I feel like we both come together, but we're still stuck in our own little what's the thing the planets do? Our own little orbit.
Well, what was that?
That sounded like someone was in our gate.
No.
Well, are you sure you don't want to put a quick pause?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, because I would still get notification on this one.
Oh, okay, that was weird.
Yep.
Sorry, it just sounded like a knock on our gate.
So on Friday, right? I find out I have to work on Saturday. The reason I have to go work on Saturday is because the chipper got clogged in the fuel line. Okay.
Didn't you tell me there was water in the gasoline line or something?
Yeah,
I never heard like how or why, or I don't even ask anymore.
Diesel has natural. It's very. It's so thick, and with the humidity,
it's like a suspension that needs
to
be
mixed.
mixed.
So there's water that's there, and it ends up happening, right? It has a specific water filtration system.
I didn't even know that diesel had that.
Well, it's just because of the thickness of it, it creates condensation.
Oh, okay.
So the line gets clogged out. I have to deal with that, trying to get that fixed, right? As we're trying to get that fixed and get that going, it's full mechanic work that I've learned how to do with the chipper because it's something that happens. The boom has the exact same issue. Okay? Now, what does that tell you? I got diesel and put diesel in both of the machines at the exact same time, meaning that the gas station was bad.
Did you make a note
never
to go back there again?
I did.
Oh, no.
So that's the reason why I had to work Saturday. But mind you, now I had the boom out one day, the chipper out one day, puts me behind on my work. Anyways, we get through the weekend. I get
what did happen this weekend? Up. Nothing. I feel like it was just like a...
That past weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
there was nothing significant, right?
No. So we get through it. Here we are. I'm thinking, okay, it's Monday. We're going to start over. Yeah? No. So, Monday, I take out both trucks. We're ready to go to work. We're doing what we're doing. Battery dies on the black truck. I need to jump the truck, get it going. What a mess. I have to go get new batteries, right? There's 2 batteries on the big truck. Go get the batteries, get that changed out, get that completed. I'm like, whew, okay.
All right, we're going to cut for a commercial break.
Okay.
Because in a, what's it called? The parallel universe, okay? Mikey is also experiencing car trouble. Ridiculous. Hey.
It was at the same time. Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It's a juju. It's a car juju thing.
Okay, so do you want to tempt the evil eye? So he is up there in college, right? The boy is barely scraping by, and a little while ago, his trunk got locked.
Right on the weekend that we moved.
Okay, but this was like
lock got
right,
broken.
nothing, right? So When he took it, he had because when they were moving, they packed things into the trunk that they couldn't get out. So he had to go repurchase things because they were essentials so that he could wait until he could get his trunk unlocked. When they unlocked it, they said, whoever owned your car previously gorilla glued the lock. We need to replace the whole system. He's like, I don't have money for it. Oh, and by the way, your brakes, hello, your brakes are so bad. You're grinding metal on metal. You need to replace them right now. Boom, he does that. Then he drives off and drives into a screw that goes right through to his rim.
Mm-hmm. That one was able to be plugged.
He plugged it.
Yeah.
2 days later, he drives into another screw.
Tire needs to be replaced.
Okay, and why is the trunk relevant? Because he cannot access his jack or his spare tire.
So he had to go buy a jack and then use his sister's car. What a mess.
What a mess. Yeah. But interestingly enough, he was sort of mirroring every time he had a bad car day, you were having a bad car day. Well, I talked to him one of those days and I had told him, Mike, you and your dad, you're like aligned on this really bad luck kind of thing. And then I talked to him that day. And he's like, Mom, you will not believe that I drove into a screw again. And I'm like, oh, God. In the back of my head, I was like, oh, I wonder what's happening to your father.
Yeah.
And then I get your call that you're sleeping on the street that night. And I may never see you again.
That was the next day.
Oh.
So Monday was the battery thing. Battery thing was easy. I went and got the battery changed.
But you were pissed. Of course I was. More than you should have been.
Because it stopped my day. It keeps messing me up.
And?
Right? So then Tuesday... Right, we go to start the day on Tuesday, right? And lo and behold, what happens? The flat tire on the black truck. Oh. Okay, some kind of metal or something. And no, it's not a flat tire that I can just plug up because I can do that myself, right? I have the equipment to do that because in landscaping, it's a normal thing to happen. It's a slash on the side of the tire that ruins the tire. Mind you.
From a tenant who didn't like that you blew leaves into their yard?
I don't know. It was out in the street. This is now, right? This is a big truck. So it's not like I can just pull out my little jack and go quick and take a tire off. So now I have to figure out how to take the tire off, get a ride to the tire shop. Huge favor from them. They get me the tire. I put the tire on. We left the community at 7:30 at night. It was horrible. Another day that's just been a disaster, right? Go home, go to sleep. We get back to work the next day. Next day, I go to dump the truck.
This is Wednesday?
This is Wednesday.
Isn't this the 17th?
No, not yet. I'm not there yet. The 17th is Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Wednesday morning, what do? I go to to go to the dump to go throw away garbage. Oh no, that was the 17th.
Yeah, that was.
What am I missing a day?
Who cares?
Anyways,
we're just forwarding now. No, you're right. It is Thursday.
Yeah. So I go to dump all the garbage from the truck, and the truck turns off on me again. I've got no battery.
No charger.
No charge. Nothing. It's the alternator on the truck. Okay. Oh, wait. Wednesday, I had the boom break on me again. Right? So I had to get the guys to go out there to go fix the boom. They fixed it that morning. And in the afternoon, okay, it blew a hydraulic hose. So it broke again, and they had to go back the next day. This is the luck that I've had this week.
Right. So on my... Okay,
right. So then Thursday morning, before I knew that the battery had died, I can't read your text.
I didn't text you.
Yeah, on Thursday morning, your little saying, because it's not.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, Katmia sends me a little saying like, forget about luck, we make our own.
No, I said today's like the luckiest day of the year.
Something like that. But there were other...
Oh, I said chin up, hun. Today's the luckiest day of the year.
Yeah, we don't need luck. We make our own or something like that. Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
She jinxed the heck out of me. Let me tell you.
Okay, but here's the thing. On the other hand, I'm watching you slowly spiral into madness in this whole week, right? I'm just experience stress from school. That's it. I'm not going to say there's anything bad happening, okay? So to me, on my side of the fence, it's like it should have rained already. I should have been struck by lightning or something. And it's way too calm on my side. Yeah. Everything's happening to you. And it's like...
It's nice and quiet.
It's like building up. And then on the morning of the 17th, I'm like, today is going to be the day.
Yes. So while I'm dealing with now getting a jump on the truck, getting it going, I'm pulling a trailer, right? I've got to get to an auto parts store. I have to get an alternator. I literally go and take the truck and stick it in the corner, in the bush, next to one of the communities that I'm at, right? After changing my schedule to make it work. Go, like, stuff myself in a corner somewhere, doing mechanic work, changing the alternator, getting that going, right? I switch the alternator out, and I'm like, enough of this. I told my guys, let's finish and let's go. I just want to stop it. I just want to end the day.
Not to mention, you've completely forgotten to mention that it's rained a few days and you've gotten soaked.
No, I'm getting there.
Oh, you're getting there.
The rain has like skirted around me. And when I tell the guys, all right, let's hurry up and finish here so we can go, the heavens open up. And, just to finish the rain on my parade, I am now having to stay an extra hour or so because the rain makes everything so much harder to finish. Right? So, I head home. I drive home and I try and get in contact with Ketmia, and we just weren't able to get. She was still in school. Like I beat her home that day. That's how early I left. It was just one of those like, I just got to go.
All right, and that's right? Thursday. That's like studying for the test day.
So me. I've had like a very frustrating day. I didn't even ask Ketmia how her day went. Like that wasn't even a conversation.
Well, the moral of the story.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, okay.
So, come home. I make dinner. Right, we're doing whatever we're gonna do. Right, to sit down, and then she says to me, she goes, I've only heard about your day, but you have no idea what has happened to me today. And I didn't quite get it all. That it was her culmination of the week. Like all the little stuff that had been, like the storm had been brewing, but didn't like break.
But that's the point that I'm getting at right now, right? Is that here I am, in the back of my mind thinking something, right? A spectator for the whole week, and I'm like, no, just hit me now. Like I'll take my punishment now, or whatever's coming to me, because I don't want this whole thing building up, right? And while I am suspiciously looking around on St. Patrick's Day, I let everyone else know as well, hey, today is the worst day for me. People don't understand, though, because they don't understand how I jinx things. They have not yet experienced a jinx from me, okay? So they don't know that it's like, stop talking. Don't say anything, okay? Except Lily. She always says that I make her nervous when I ask questions, because then she's like, oh my God, like maybe that's going to happen, right? She's like hugely connected and like a big believer in the universe is going to... No, not superstitious. Like the universe does speak to you. Listen to the universe, okay? So I'm waiting for whatever bad thing is going to happen to me. But in hindsight is what I wanted to say. Nothing bad happened to me. Everything was projected onto you. You got a double dose of bad stuff that happened. To me, I wouldn't even call it an embarrassing moment. I wouldn't. I think I was just so grateful that this was the extent of what was going to happen to me, that I, instead of something bad happening to me, I was hit in the middle of, okay, so I'm just going to say the quick story, and I'm not going to say what is it that she said, because she didn't want to say it later, okay? But this girl made a comment that was, afterwards, somebody said to her, oh, maybe this is going to happen to you, and it was going to be something bad, right? In that moment, I'm looking at her and I see genuine desperation for God, no, please, right? And her response to this is to look around for where there is wood. She's like desperately. It's not like a funny, oh, I'm looking for wood. No, it's like the cross. I need the cross because that's how I hold the demons at bay, sort of thing. But there is no wood around. Okay. And at that moment, I just played out the entire thing in my head.
I just had a thought in my head. She would have run out of the school, run across the street to IKEA. She was like, I need the wood. Where's the wood?
But literally there's nothing, and she looks around and she's like, oh my God, there's no wood. And in my mind, it's like everything just paused in that moment, and I just imagined what this girl said coming true for her because she didn't find wood. Because my own experience is that the one time that I tried to knock on wood to hold at bay the bad thing that had been said about, oh, maybe we're going to have an accident. Someone said, quick, knock on wood. I also looked around, not desperate because I didn't believe in that, right? But I looked around and I was like, oh, there's no wood. There was
carbon
pseudo
fiber.
Wood.
Yep, the carbon fiber looking wood.
I knocked on that and you said to me, that's not wood. And sure enough, what happened? I got into an accident that same day. The very same thing I said happened. It was like a rebound jinx where I said it and then it just hit me back, right? So I thought about all of that. And in that moment, all of that playing out in my head as I'm drinking water caused me to burst out into a laughter. But I was drinking water, which caused me to, mind you, we're at lunch, okay? Caused me to soak myself from forehead to knees. Like I was dripping water. I soaked myself so much, okay? And the people who are eating their lunch, I sprayed them. And in the back, somewhere in the back over there, I hear, there she blows. Oh my God. I imagined myself as a blue whale through the blowhole. Just, okay? Discovery Channel. And I am completely turned. I have my back to them because every time I'm laughing, I can't stop laughing, right? I'm like still like squirting out water. God only knows what was I doing. Like, I don't know how I had so much water in my mouth, okay? And now I've made a mess of myself. I still tell you that even retelling it now, I didn't feel embarrassed then. I don't feel embarrassed now. I felt bad that I wet their food, okay? And I felt bad that they were eating their lunch and then they couldn't eat their lunch afterwards. But it was more of like, I was having like an out-of-body experience where I'm looking at myself and it's like, you're making such a spectacle of yourself. Okay? But you can't help it because the more you try to hold it in, you can't. Can you tell us about that? What happens?
Really? I didn't I didn't share enough that now you want to just keep throwing at me?
Yes, I mean, you experienced it this morning, so I just wanted to know if you wanted to share.
But you haven't finished your story.
My story is just I ended up soaked. I went to the bathroom to try to clean myself up. And alas, there are no blowers or anything there, so I could just like try to pat dry myself. And then I walked back out. I went to try to sit on the couch. As I'm sitting, they say, don't, it's wet. I slip, I fall, I'm laughing, and
That's it? I slip and fall?
Well, hold on. That's it. Later, oh, you're talking about the later part. Mm-hmm. The later part is when I'm leaving school. Everything is behind me. So what is it? Listen, it was bad luck to be with me that day. That's the point.
So
okay.
Wait. So do I have bad luck because I'm with you?
Yes.
For the love of God,
now
I want a divorce.
Now you get. That's why you play the lottery and you don't win.
I want
everyone around you wins.
I want out. Please. Leave me. Let me be. I want to live out the rest of my days with some luck.
Babe, listen
to this. Finish.
We're leaving, okay? Everybody, poor people, like, they didn't get to eat their lunch. They called it the splash zone, okay? Whoever got splashed, I'm so bad. As we are leaving, this is it. I'm just thinking, let me just make it to the car and then we're good, right? As we're leaving, on the one day, I always finish my morning shake, okay? Before getting into class. I don't like to carry so much stuff with me. So when I'm done with my shake, I leave it in the car. This time, I didn't get to drink it the whole time because I got a lot of traffic going to school. So I had to rush in there with my shake. So now I have my shake bottle that I never have with me. I say, goodbye, girls. 3 of them with me. Goodbye, girls. And as I'm walking away, the cup slips from my fingers and lands on the ground, opens itself up, and just splatters them, not me, in chocolate.
White shoes.
It looked like someone vomited on them.
You are truly the jinxing queen.
And then nothing happens to me.
Listen, I've survived 20 years of this.
So I've told people that I get this feeling a lot of times that there are things in life that I do, okay, that should terrify the, heck out of me, right? But I have this... And it's the only way I can describe it because it's the one that makes the most sense. It's the truest to how I feel. Like, I put a blindfold, okay? And I just walk through the busiest street of traffic that you can imagine, wherever you live, whatever that street is. I just walk across blindfolded. And I just, say... I hope I make it to the other side without getting hit by a car. And then I get to the other side and I'm like, I made it.
You made it, but everyone around you is
had an accident and crashed and everything. And it's like, wow, I made it. Okay. That's how I feel going through life. And so it's funny because I'm designing a tattoo, right? Or I designed one. I haven't gotten it on yet. Where it's the Jinx card. Because that's the card life gave me. Right? I can't help it, and I can't help who I jinx. It's not like I'm, like people who do, what is it called? The voodoo doll? Mm-hmm. Like, you are purposefully saying, I'm going to cast a spell on that person, right? Me, it's like, just being around me is enough for you to be jinxed. So my card is designed with this girl that is essentially blindfolded, right? It's a crown because I'm the queen of it, right? But the crown is covering the eyes, symbolizing I'm not trying to jinx you. I don't see who I jinx. It just happens.
But you're in the way.
That this blindfolded...
You're in the way. Be careful. Here I come.
You're in the splash zone.
In the splash zone.
That's it. So at the end of that night, I was just laughing because it was like, what are the chances? I started thinking about everything that's happening to everyone around me. And here I am, worried that something's going to happen to me. I go to sleep that night. Okay. So now this is where more continues for me, right? And I'm very, very distressed inwardly about the test the next day on Friday. Friday is test day. I didn't go... So sweet, Mikey. If Mikey hears this, son, don't worry about this. But he calls me at 10:02 p.m. I go to sleep at 10 o'clock. And actually, let me take that back. I go to sleep at 10:30 because you have like this revenge thing with going to sleep where you refuse to go to sleep.
We talked about this.
Right?
But I've been good about it.
Wait, no. You milk me for all you can get till 10 p.m. 10 p.m.
Hold on a second.
God forbid that I turn off the TV at 10:01.
No.
Okay, God forbid.
Hold on a second. Put the pause on, like, hit the brakes, okay? Slam on the brakes so hard that you knock off the brake pad and you get stuck, okay? Listen to me. Thursday night, you said to me, here are your words. Your words were, help me go through my study guide.
Yeah.
And I will stay up.
Right. Yeah.
Past 10 o'clock.
Yes. I'm not talking about Thursday night. I'm talking about any night.
Okay, no, but you're
No.
Yes. You're talking about the 10:01 Mikey called.
No,
and then you're trying to throw it.
10:02
and you're trying to throw it on me.
No, You're missing the point. I'm saying that you milk it for, I go to sleep at 10. You stay up with me. You used to go to sleep. I'm sure we can go back to the podcast from the very beginning where I would talk about how you say, let's watch a movie, and then you're asleep 5 minutes in. Yes or not?
There is no better
not anymore.
Sleep. There is no better sleep
than
but
one
not
when you're
anymore.
Watching a movie. You don't do that anymore.
No,
now you stay up after I go to sleep.
Well, you're going to sleep at like
10 o'clock. Whereas you used to fall asleep at 9. Are you seeing my problem here?
Yes.
So now I'm milked until 10 p.m. Okay. So then I'm getting to bed about 10:30. But Mikey calls me at 10:02. So he was talking to me about the project that he's working on. And the boy is so brilliant, right? And he knows so much, and he's trying to dumb it down for me, I guess, for me to understand it. And I'm barely holding it together, okay? Because I'm so exhausted. I'm worried about the test tomorrow. I feel like there was still so much studying I needed to do, and I didn't get to it, whatever. He hangs up with me at 11. So in my mind already, I'm thinking, I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning because I have to get an extra hour of studying. And it's 11 o'clock now. I've just lost so much sleeping time. But whatever. We're just going to go with it, right? I go right to sleep. 3 o'clock in the morning, like sharp. You know that they call that the witching hour? Did you know that? 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm awoken by the police pounding on the door. Don't spit. Don't smash me.
I just took a sip of water, and then she does that to me. Okay, go ahead. Police is knocking at the door.
The police is pounding on the door, pounding, okay? And no, that's a knocking. Go like this. And I'm like, oh. I wake up, and I'm like, the police at the door. And then I'm like, wait, how do I know it's the police at the door?
No, wait.
That's me. Oh.
The first thing you do is you get me up.
Not yet. Then I'm thinking, how do I know it's the police at the door? I'm thinking. And then there it is again. A second pounding. At this point, now I'm saying to you, I think I was saying to you something about like there's a noise. What did I say to you? What do you remember me saying? Something like, I was like,
3 o'clock in the morning.
Babe,
I don't remember.
There's a noise. And you, without thinking it twice, boom, you are out of bed. You're at the front of our door open, like you're listening. You're paused, you're listening. And of course, there's no more sound. I know I wasn't asleep. I know what I heard, right? And I'm thinking, oh my God, maybe someone was trying to break in. They heard you sort of moving around inside and they took off, right? But then I can hear the whine of Miss Lila.
For those of you who don't know who Lila is.
She's our children's dog.
Yes.
That we now have to
move on.
Keep.
Go ahead.
Okay. Moving on. So she's decided that at 3 o'clock in the morning, right on the witching hour, she would like water. And so she is body slamming herself into the room that she sleeps in, making it sound like somebody's pounding on the door. You are already up. You let them out. But my adrenaline is through the roof. I can only think she's woken me up and I have to be up in 1 hour. Then it takes me 20, 30 minutes to go back to sleep. The whole time thinking, it's been 5 minutes. Now I only have 55 minutes to sleep. I only have 50 minutes to sleep. I only have 45 minutes to sleep. Has that ever happened to you? Has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
That's the worst. It is the worst.
Last night. But it wasn't that.
Oh, other things.
It was, just thinking about other stuff. So I don't dream. But when I do.
So you say.
Well, I don't remember my dreams. No one
has messages for you.
Huh?
They say that dreams.
Keep it together.
Are messages from the deep.
Okay.
Nobody has a message for you.
The thing is, I have do not disturb on. When I fall asleep, I go do not disturb.
Oh my God.
Call me if you have something to tell me.
Okay, I wake up and I literally am like the cartoon of there's the thing with Tom and Jerry where he's like taping his eyelids open. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm thinking, oh my God, like what a day for this to be happening to me. I have a test. I'm completely sleep deprived. I want to cry. I felt like I wanted to cry so bad, but I just can't. And I'm like, come on, pick yourself up. Let's go. Let's get it over with, right? So I'm there getting ready. I'm like in the zone. I'm like memorizing, reciting my stuff that I need to know for the test. I'm completely unaware of what you're doing and what is going on with you. Okay? I get all of my stuff ready. My lunch. I make myself a cup of coffee because I'm going to need it today.
I woke up late that day. Oh my God. I'm remembering. I'm adding this stuff up.
I look for my clothing. You're so sweet to have left it out for me. My sweater, everything is ready. I grab everything. I'm ready to go. Okay. Then all of a sudden, I'm grabbing my backpack and I'm and I just heard you saying, oh my God, I'm so late. Oh my God, I didn't see the time, right? And I have my backpack on and I'm like, kisses, babe.
Mind you, I leave 30 minutes before Katmia does.
Never have I left before you. Never. And I'm trying to hold it together because at this point, I know the desperation you must be feeling. And you're like, the way you said it, you're leaving already.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
And I was like, do
you we may be losing Kevia.
And I was like, do you want me to turn off this light? Turn this one off?
Okay, hold on.
Less for you to do.
And then it gets worse than that. So what does she do? Hold on. There are three lights in the kitchen, okay? There's the main light in the center of the room, right? In the center of the kitchen. There's the lights that are the recessed lights underneath this, like over the top of the roof of the sink. And there's the lights. She's losing it. And there's the lights on the track bar over over the bar. So what's going on? She starts flipping on and off all the lights. It looks like a Christmas tree is going off and on in the kitchen. God. And she's like, which one do I leave on for you so it's easier for you? Like, it's going to make a difference.
While I'm laughing at the fact that I have now left before you. And that, oh my God, I'm so glad that did not happen to me because I would be panicking because I'm leaving early so that if I get traffic, I don't have to be stressed. I'm very early to school. I'm so happy driving. I call you. Hey, babe, where you at? Did you leave? And you're like...
There are. See, this is why I say we need cameras. The tears and your face right now is hilarious. You're missing out.
Oh my God. Okay, wait.
There are tears. There are tears coming down her face.
Oh my gosh. So you're like, yeah, I left.
What is so funny about that? I said I left. At this point, it doesn't matter what you say. You're going to laugh.
Whereabouts are you?
She's going to pass out. She's going to pass out.
I can see exit 9. And I'm like...
Okay, so Homestead... Hold on, wait. So people know, okay, every exit is about a mile of distance. Yeah. Okay, we live in Homestead, which is exit 2 of the turnpike. It's
tell everybody where we live, why don't you?
We said that we live in Homestead. It's like, look at the map, it says exit 2. Okay, so exit 2. So I've traveled 7 miles, okay? And Ketmia says, I'm getting off on 27 while I'm still all the way down.
And you're like...
I'm not even at 9 yet. I'm looking at the sign that says it's coming up.
I'm a little ways back. And you're like, Merry Christmas to me.
It was bad. It was so bad. No, and
then I park and I get out of the car and I'm like, okay, let me grab my stuff. And I'm like, where's my lunch?
You got what you deserve.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I was like, where's my lunch? Oh, no. I was like, where's my sweater? That classroom we're in is a freezer box. I left my sweater. Where's my coffee? Nope. Nothing. That was the price I had to pay for the humor. That's why I laugh like this now. Because
you can't even breathe.
I can't even breathe.
Okay, breathe in, breathe out.
Because of that. Because it was just like...
You sound like those little kids when they start crying and they're at the point where they're like...
Because I'm trying to hold it in. I'm trying to hold it in. And I was just thinking, see, this is what happens when you laugh at people.
You got what you got.
I got what I deserved. So now I can laugh my heart out because I paid my price already. I paid my dues.
So.
And then you told me that Calamity probably needed 24 hours to work its way through. But then it's over.
Yes.
The sun finally came out.
The sun came out. And we had a phenomenal day yesterday.
Mm-hmm. And Friday.
And Friday
we started
evening.
With Friday.
Oh, yeah, we went down to the Keys. Mm-hmm. We had amazing dinner. Mm-hmm. It was so delicious.
And yesterday we found a treasure.
Oh, yesterday we found a treasure. It was just a phenomenal weekend.
And we were out all day, which would not normally count as phenomenal.
We did groceries. We
found the treasure.
We found a treasure. We went to go see the Batman,
which was amazing.
What else?
And we peeked our head into Hobby Lobby, which doesn't count. True or false?
Calamity just wanted to give you one last zing.
No, you see how I get zinged? But it's like you would rather that happen to you than the stuff that actually happens to you.
Should we say what our treasure was? I think they're going to find it so...
Oh, no, they're probably wanting to know what the treasure is.
All right, I'm going to tell you what the treasure is. So I know a couple episodes back, we talked about the fact that we've modified our...
We've done a lifestyle change.
Yeah, lifestyle change, right? And how we're eating and all that kind of stuff. One of the things that I have been missing...
I'm sweating now.
One of the things that I have been missing is some sort of soda or carbonated drink or something that's part of something that I always had from always. And we stopped. And I told Kemi, I was like, "You want something to drink?" And she's like, "What are you gonna bring me? Water?" Right? Because that's all that we've been drinking. The only thing that we've been drinking. And I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna go in.
Water and coffee. That's it."
Yep. So I was like, "I'm gonna go get a vitamin water." She's like, "Oh, it has sodium in it," and I'm like,
"Sugar."
I'm like, "Listen, I need something with flavor. It's like I just need something. I got to do it."
I saw the fear in your eyes at that moment.
The what?
The fear.
Why?
That you would never taste flavor again.
Oh yeah, I felt it.
There was something. There was like a shadow that flew by your eyes, and I was like, go get your water, honey.
Yeah. So I walk in, and I see something. It was like the light was just shining on it perfectly. It was in the cooler, something I have never seen before. And I can't tell you what the name of it is right now, but it is carbonated flavored water that is 0 from top to bottom. It does not have anything in it. And let me tell you, we've tried 3 flavors.
Wasn't it like Crystal Ice?
No. That's something old.
Oh.
We've tried 3 different flavors: kiwi strawberry, mango,
citrus, I think.
Mango orange, and lemon lime. Okay? Lemon lime is a Sprite. Okay? I'm literally drinking a Sprite. The kiwi strawberry, delicious. The mango orange, delicious. All 3 flavors. We kept on looking at each other saying, we're cheating. We've checked the bottle, I think, every time we take a sip, it's like we look at it just to see if we're missing something.
Yes.
But it is an absolute treasure. Because we even looked at
the ingredients to see, like, okay, maybe they snuck in the sugar under a different name.
Something under something, but no, it is literally
a vitamin water.
Yeah,
because it has a ton of vitamins and antioxidants
and that kind of stuff. But it is delicious, and we think we're cheating, but we're not. And that is our gem.
And just how much, like, we've gotten used to drinking water. Why is there a yellow thing there?
That's just the soundtrack.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, what I was going to say is... I'm sorry. I feel like I've never seen that before.
That's where we ended the last episode. So we're past the time.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. But I was going to say that to see how much... Just how... We're not used to drinking things like juice or anything like that at all. It took me the entire day to drink that bottle because I drank less than half. And I felt like, okay, I've had way too much juice, quote unquote, already.
We felt cheating.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared that we're going to find out later. Oh, actually, yes. It does have. There's a catch.
Well, I'm going to stop looking at the labels and I'm going to keep enjoying it. Well, when we went to go do grocery shopping.
Yes, we
found it. And they sell it by the case, 12 to a case with 4 different flavors or 3 different flavors in each case.
That's right.
Or 4
3 or 4 flavors.
And we found some new flavors that we're excited to try out too.
And it is caffeine free but carbonated.
Right.
Which I love carbonated drinks.
So that to me is just like, do you remember the Soda Stream that they sold at yeah. So I'm thinking that's what it is.
It's called Soda Stream. Sparkling Ice.
Sparkling Ice. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So very delicious.
They sell them single or in a pack.
Yep.
And they're $1. Like what else is $1? Arizona iced tea. That has you know that Arizona iced tea has the same amount of sugar as a regular Coke.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So that is our treasure.
That was a treasure.
And we have had an amazing weekend so far. We had amazing breakfast this morning to start off. We played some Halo, had amazing games. We've recorded a very fun episode, the beginning of year 2, and we're going to go enjoy the rest of our day. Yes?
Yep.
All right, guys. We will be back next week with more stories because
clearly they just keep happening.
Yeah, they just keep happening, and we always have something new to talk about. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, tell somebody so that they can come and enjoy it also. Alrighty? So we'll see you guys next week. See ya.
Bye now.